guys, welcome back to the vlog. If you are new here, I'm Corinne. I am 34, single, living alone here in Australia. And in this vlog, we're going to be looking ahead to some of my goals for 2025. Usually I would film this kind of video in my spare room at my desk. But I just walked in there and it is a mess. It's definitely on my list of things to do over these summer holidays is to tidy up that space. I've just been dumping things. It needs a really good clean out tidy, but that wasn't going to happen right now, and I really wanted to get started on this vlog. So you're joining me from the bedroom instead. Thankfully, I've got this little bed desk that my sister got me for Christmas, I think it was last year. So I've got my little laptop set up and we can get stuck into things. Okay, first up, let's get started with my word of the year. I have been doing this for quite a few years now, and I just love picking one word that is kind of like the overarching guide of how you want to feel or what you want to achieve, kind of like the vibe of the year that you're hoping to have. This year, so 2024, my word of the year was simplicity, and I just love that. I just wanted to pare everything back. I just wanted calm. I didn't want to overcomplicate anything, and I feel like that word really encapsulated what I was after and how I tried to live my year. In 2025, I have chosen a word that I'm really excited about. It might be a little bit of like a generic, I feel like a lot of people use this word as their word of the year, but I just feel like it fits perfectly for me right now. And that word is intentional. I just feel that this word fits so many facets of my life so perfectly for the upcoming year. I want to be so intentional with everything that I'm doing, from being intentional with my time, being intentional in how I approach my career, being intentional in how I eat, being intentional in how I grow here on YouTube. I guess I want things to have a bit of a purpose, and I want to do things that I feel get me to where I want to be. Like, I want to be intentional in not just going with the flow, not just doing what I've always done, not just taking the easy way, but being more like, what do I want my life to look like? What are my goals? What do I want to achieve? How do I want to feel? And let's be intentional with all of the things in my life to achieve that and to head towards that. So I'm really, really excited about my word. If you also do a word of the year for your goal setting, please share it in the comments below. I just love hearing other people's word of the year, why they picked it, what it means to them. I find it really, really, really interesting. So please share that with me. Now, just like I have done for the last 2 years, I think I am recording all of my goal setting things in one place in my Notion. I just love having a page that I can bring up when I'm needing a little bit of motivation or I'm feeling a little bit lost within the year. I kind of just pull up my goals page and remind myself what my vision was or how I was feeling at the start of the year, and I've loved having that for the last 2 years. So I am making that page this year as well. And then one thing I like to have at the top of my Notion page is a quote. Last year's quote was better an oops than a what if. So I'm going to have a little bit of a scroll through Pinterest now and just see if I can find something that encapsulates, you know, a little bit like of a mantra or an affirmation or something that I can just carry with me throughout the year to kind of remind me of how I want to feel and how I want to approach things. All right, so there's some little images and things I'm liking here. One says, no risk, no story. Don't just exist, live. Do it because it makes you happy. Magic always did exist. That's kind of cute. Don't adapt to the energy in the room, influence the energy in the room. In the dance of life, she moves to her own music. Ooh, I quite like that one. Follow your plan, not your mood. You know what? I think I am going to go with in the dance of life, she moves to her own music. It says it's a John Green quote. Cute. Okay, in the dance of life, she moves to her own music. To me, that's just that whole thing of like I want to be intentional with doing things that make me happy and bring me the life that I've always envisioned and I've always wanted. And that's not always going to be what pleases other people or what society thinks is exactly how things should be done. And yeah, I think going with being intentional with my life is really following my path and doing things that make sense for me. So I quite like that little quote. Okay, I also on my Notion page have like an emoji and a header that kind of fit the mood of the year. but I'm going to try and set some goals first, and then I'm going to play around with the top. I, for the last 2 years, have been using the same template. So these are the categories that I generally break my goals up into. So lifestyle, travel, social media, career, money, creativity, or hobbies. My goal this year was to read 40 books, and I easily did that. I think I've done nearly 55. So I'm going to read 50 books as one of my creativity hobby goals. I also want to finish my paint by number canvases. So I've almost finished one canvas. I've got 2 to go, and I'm using them for a project in my lounge room. So I really want to get those finished. I'm hoping to bring that video to you sooner rather than later. Money, last year I was really trying to rebuild up my savings. If you're new around here or maybe haven't seen all my videos, I actually quit teaching at the end of 2022, and I took 2023 away from being a teacher. I went and worked in dog kennels. I started my own virtual assistant business before ultimately realizing that teaching was something that I wanted to give another try, and that's what I did this year. I went back to teaching, and I am teaching next year as well. So taking that year off, really, my savings took a huge hit. So I've done a really good job, well, I think, of building my savings back up, but I would love to keep adding to my investment portfolio. So I have some shares and things like that I'm just trying to slowly grow. It's nothing wild. It's not like a huge amount of money, but I really see the benefit in adding small amounts over time so that can accumulate and build with compound interest. I would like to bump up my emergency fund. Now, I know that the money girlies will tell you that these goals are too wishy-washy and that I need to be more specific, but in my mind, I kind of know some figures that go with these goals. I just don't feel the need to share that on the internet. So I'm going to keep the goal fairly generic. Social media. My goal this year was to get to 500 followers here on YouTube. Right now, I'm sitting at 395. So it's not quite my goal, but I probably haven't been as consistent as I would have liked to be. I had lots of plans and ideas when I set that goal, and a lot of them didn't come to fruition. So that said, I still want to keep working on this goal. I really do think I can get to 500, and I'm actually going to aim for 750 followers, YouTube followers, by the end of 2025. Travel, I really don't have any big travel plans this coming year. Let's leave that one for a minute and go to career. As I just said, I am headed back to school again, and I'm actually headed back into the classroom. So this year I had a really cool role where I did release from face-to-face, relieved the teachers on class 1 day a week, and then I was basically an internal relief. So when teachers were sick or they were away or they had to go to PL, things like that, I stepped in and took over their class. I loved it. I got to work across the whole school from K to 6. I got to work with every single kid. I got to work with every single teacher, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now I am ready to step back into the classroom. I am so looking forward to having my own space, to setting things up, to building the relationships, working things through with the kids. There are so many things that I love about being in the classroom as a teacher that I am so excited about. I guess my biggest thing when thinking about goals is that I really want to maintain a work-life balance that allows me to continue to feel excited about the work I do rather than feeling stressed. I got to see my class list last week for the first time, and I'm so excited about the kids I'll be working with. But I can already feel my brain switching into a mode of wanting to do the absolute best for them, and constantly, I haven't even had these kids in a classroom with me. I've got 5 weeks of holidays, and my brain is already what if I tried this? What if I did that? I wonder if this would be good. Let's do this. And my brain hasn't really done that this year, not having my own class, and I can feel myself doing it. And so I think I'm gonna have to be really careful about how I switch off, how I prioritize that time between work and school, maintaining that balance, maintaining my mental health, my positivity, the attitude I bring to school. That is a huge priority for me moving through this year. In terms of lifestyle, last year I had the goal to run a 5K and I did that. I was also then going to do a 10K, like I was building up, but I ended up having endometriosis surgery and it just kind of stopped my running at that point and I haven't really gotten back into it. I would really like to get into some kind of fitness routine, improve my healthy eating. It's more about the feeling for me. Like these goals are, how do I want to approach the year? I want to eat more fruits and veg. I want to, let's just say, incorporate more exercise. Okay, and so then we're back at travel. I don't know if any travel is going to happen this year. I'm just going to put on here Japan ? When I think in my mind, if there's one trip I would like to take, I would love to get to Japan. I'd really, really like to check it out. Yeah, so that just kind of gives me a little overview of the year. I feel like I'm missing some things. If they come to me, the best thing about working in Notion is that, you know, it's flexible. I can add things later on. But now I just want to pick an emoji and a banner for my Notion page just to give that real vibe of the goal, the feeling I want from the year. I am really happy with that. The little star, I don't know, it just like represents hope or something like that. And then the pink sky makes me happy. It's that simple. Opening that image makes me feel hopeful and happiness. And so I thought that was great. I'm going to thinking about all these things I've just said, my word of the year, my quote, my goals, how I want to feel and what do I achieve from the year. I'm going to put together a little digital vision board that I will then make the background of my computer for the rest of the year. Now, what I do have that makes it really easy to make this vision board and to find the pictures and things is that I have a secret, so like a hidden board on my Pinterest, just called Vision Board. And whenever I see something throughout the year, whenever, I just add it. And so then at the end of the year or the start of the next year, I can just sit down and I can open up this board and I'm like, oh, I remember pinning that. Yeah, that's really how I want to feel, or that really resonates with me. And so it makes coming back to find images for things like this and to put together a vision board really simple because I'm grabbing those things as I go through time. It took a while to find all the right pictures and organize them and get them where I wanted them, but I'm really happy with it. I didn't use template, but Canva has so many templates that you can just like personalize to suit yourself. If you just literally search vision board in Canva, so many options, or start from scratch so you can create exactly what you really want like I did, but I love it. Yeah, I just look at that and I feel excited about the year to come. And that's kind of the point. That's why I sit down and that's why I do these things, because I just want to get myself excited about the possibilities. A new year just holds so much potential. Okay, so this is probably a pretty short video, but I only want to do one more thing, and that is a little card pull. So I've got my gorgeous little cards here, and I'm literally just going to pull one card, a vibe on the year ahead, 2025. What will it bring? What should I expect? I think you get a lot of clarity from doing something like a card pull, one way or the other. Like right now I'm feeling very hopeful, I'm very optimistic, I'm really keen on starting a new year and all of the possibilities it holds. And if there is like something negative that comes out in the cards, it makes you not wary, but I guess it makes you think about what some of the things that might be obstacles to what you're wanting to do and kind of plan through them. And the other way as well, if you get something really positive, it kind of encourages you on. So yeah, it's just a little bit of fun. All right, this is the card. Woo! All right, so I've drawn the pentagram. Protection, balance, unity. The pentagram is a beautiful symbol which illustrates the harmony between the 5 elements. Within the pagan community, the elements are air, earth, fire, water, and spirit. The pentagram is also used in Chinese medicine to represent their 5-element theory, which comprises fire, earth, metal, water, wood. The pentagram is also often associated as a symbol of protection. When you draw this card, it is asking you to find balance and unity within your life. Is this not what I have been talking about? Where are you out of balance and what do you need in order to bring back harmony? Are you too fiery and quick to anger? Maybe you're lacking motivation or the fire to achieve what you desire. Are your emotions flowing like the water element that they are? Are you holding back tears or do they keep flooding out? Maybe you are feeling a bit scattered and need some grounding, or perhaps you are lacking guidance and need to work with spirit more. Have you become rigid and need to be more fluid, like air, and move more? When we bring things back to a simple approach of looking for what is not balanced, we can begin to seek out for ourselves that which will bring back balance to our lives. Call on the element you need to help you. Go in search of where the elements reside. Seek out a natural creek, the sea, a lake. Garden and get your bare feet on the earth. Light a fire, a candle, or keep warm if you need to. Seek out places where you can be in the wind and ask for it to take your cares away or help you to be more flexible. The pentagram can also signify that a union is here or awaits you. The pentagram should always be seen as a symbol of positivity, and if you are in need of protection, the pentagram is your symbol. I feel like that's the perfect card for a year where I'm talking about needing to have balance and have it like an evenness across the different aspects of my life, and yeah, all positive. If you would like me to pull a card for you, let me know in the comments. Clearly, I don't claim to have any special like oracle fortune telling skills. I literally just enjoy doing this for a little bit of fun. So if you're interested and you want me to pull a card from the deck for you for 2025, just let me know in the comments and I can do that. But that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. As you know, one of my goals is to grow in subscribers. So if you haven't already, please go and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment, let me know who you are and where you're watching from, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.